saying I love you after 2 weeks is crazy. Okay, it's crazy.
Excuse me, I'm talking to you. Hey.
Hey boos, welcome to episode 3 of Sips and Tips. If this is your first time tuning in to Sips and Tips, this is the show where we make a little something to sip on and then get into the tips and advice of it all after. Today we're making a very simple sip. We're gonna do a mocktail, but this could very easily be turned into a cocktail. You could add literally whatever kind of alcohol you see fit, but we're gonna do a sparkling lavender hibiscus lemonade. Sounds fancy, huh? Very easy. It's literally 3 ingredients, 4 if you count the ice. We're gonna have LaCroix, the hibiscus sparkling water, lavender Tarani syrup. I forgot to grab the lemon juice, so please hold. And fresh lemon juice. If you don't have fresh lemons, if you have like the artificial lemon juice in the bottle, you know what I'm talking about? That's fine too. I've used that in this before. I would just probably use less because it's a little bit more concentrated. And then we have our handy dandy cocktail shaker with ice already. And then our cute little glass with ice and my glass straw. All we're gonna do is take our lavender syrup. Do you say syrup or syrup? I say syrup. I say syrup. Yeah. Comment down below, how do you pronounce syrup? I'm just gonna do 1 tablespoon. I feel like for 1 serving that should be enough, and you can of course make it the sweetness that you prefer. So that's 1 tablespoon of the lavender syrup. Then we're gonna do lemon juice. This is the juice of half of a lemon. So if you're gonna double it, I would do the juice of a whole lemon and then just kind of go up from there. You could also just simply stir this, but I feel like putting it in a cocktail shaker is more fun. So put it in the cocktail shaker, shake it for about 10 seconds, and then we'll pour it in our glass and top it off with sparkling water. It's a little anticlimactic. I thought it was gonna be like a deeper purple. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more because I want the purple, you know what I mean? Like I want the color. Let's do like just a dash, like half. For the razzle dazzle, like I want the color. Now we're gonna top it off with the hibiscus LaCroix. Like so. Stir it up a little bit. And that's it. Sparkling lavender hibiscus lemonade. Oh, that is good. That is refreshing. Fresh lemon juice really brightens it up. Like I said, if you don't have fresh lemon, the bottled lemon juice will work just as fine, but I really do think the fresh lemon really brightens it up. The lavender syrup makes it sweet, but not overly sweet, and it gives it that kind of floral taste to it. Again, if you wanted to make this a cocktail, you could easily throw some tequila, some vodka, whatever into this and make it a quick and easy summer cocktail as well. I really like this. This is gonna be another summer go-to, just like my last drink. Now let's head over to the couch and get into today's tips and advice. I think it's gonna be a good one. Okay, let's get into today's tips and advice. First of all, do we like the new artwork? Do we like the art piece? I was told by a viewer, AKA my mom, hey mom, thanks for watching, that I needed some decor. I needed something in the background because it was kind of plain. It was giving plain Jane. She was like, you need a picture or some art or a plant or something. And I was like, noted. So I ended up just taking this little cute painting that I actually hang above my bar cart and just put it here. So what do we think? I think she's cute. Goes with the theme, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into the actual advice. Today's advice was actually sent through some voice memos to my Instagram. This caller has some questions regarding love and relationships, which I'm really excited about. I love talking about love. I love talking about dating. That's like really, I don't know. In another life, I feel like I was like a relationship coach or something. I don't know. I really like talking about love and relationships and like the psychology of it. It just really gets me going. I have been in a relationship for a long time, so I personally do think that I am licensed and equipped to give advice on love. Just saying, just my personal opinion. But let me basically just give you in a nutshell kind of the rundown of the situation. So our caller explain the story kind of like this. There was a guy who she knew from high school. He was 2 years older than her, I believe. And in high school, they were just kind of acquaintances, it sounded like. I don't think they really had like a friendship or a connection in high school. Fast forward, he had been following her. They'd been following each other on Instagram. He was, kind of engaging with some of her posts and stories, giving the hard eyes here and there, giving a like, giving a little comment. She didn't really pay him any attention. She was just like, whatever. But then one day she decided, okay, maybe I will give him the time of day. So they exchanged numbers. Conversation was whack. She was bored. He wasn't really giving much. It was like, texting, what are you doing? Every other minute. She wasn't really feeling it. So then fast forward to recently, maybe a few weeks ago, a mutual friend of theirs was having a birthday party for their daughter, I believe. And after the party, that's when all the adults decided to go out. So they went out to the club. Our caller and the young man went out to the club and then proceeded to have a night together. A quote unquote nice little time, okay? I don't know what the nice little time entailed, but we're gonna respect our caller's privacy and we're gonna respect that she doesn't kiss and tell, okay? So just use your imagination, okay? So after their nice little time, they started talking more and they kind of developed a little bit of a situation. Now, doesn't sound like there's a title or anything. It just sounds like they're kind of, going with the flow and just enjoying each other's company. Our caller let me know that when she saw him last, they didn't want to leave each other. They have this connection now. Here's where it gets interesting. The gentleman said that he loves her and it's only been about 2 weeks since their nice little time rendezvous. So her question is this real or am I being love bombed? What's the deal? Okay, so first of all, hopefully to our caller, I hope I got the details of the story right and I summarized it correctly. If I didn't, just DM me. First thing is, I do think that the fact that you guys have some history and that you've known him since high school does play a little bit of a part because this isn't just some complete stranger. So, maybe he had feelings for you back in high school and just never spoke on it. Maybe he always had a crush on you back then. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure kind of what the history from high school was for you two. So that's maybe something to consider. However, let's get into the definition of love bombing itself. I'm going to put up a definition just because I don't want to say anything incorrectly. But to me, when I think of love bombing and my definition of it, and from what I've seen, is it's basically a situation where somebody is telling you I love you, showering you with gifts, just completely flooding you with all of these acts of love and affection, but they're doing it in a way to manipulate the situation. They're doing it so that later on they can use it to manipulate or gaslight you. Do I think he's love bombing you? I don't know. I think it's a little bit early to tell because given the scenario and the story that you were telling me, just, regarding how you guys have been hanging out and what's been going on since you guys connected. I don't know if that's love bombing because I don't know what else has been going on. Is he showering you with gifts? Is he, just really coming on strong with the I love yous? I kind of need some more details there. So as far as is he love bombing you? I don't know. Can't tell from what you gave me. Now, saying I love you after 2 weeks is crazy. Okay, it's crazy. Let me just say, I feel like, I don't want to judge people for their feelings. I think that people can fall in love and can be in love early on. I will say even in my relationship, we said I love you fairly early, but it wasn't 2 weeks. I think you do still have to take some time to get to know the person before you really can say that you love them. And I think 2 weeks, it's a little soon. It's a little soon. Since you guys knew each other and have a little bit of high school history, maybe he had a crush on you prior and that's where the feelings are coming in. But even then, it's how do you love me when we have barely talked and you've barely gotten to know me over, these last few weeks? So that's where I'm a little concerned. I feel like he's moving a little too fast. I will say, I think something that kind of makes things a little bit complicated and a little bit tricky is our age too, because being in your late 20s, early 30s, you do kind of get to a point where it's we kind of got to kick things into high gear. And I know that you mentioned that you guys had talked about marriage, not you guys getting married, but you mentioned that it's been a conversation. And I think that's normal. Like I said, when you get to our age, you got to start having those conversations because the clock is ticking. So you got to start really talking about these things and seeing if that's what the other person wants or not. So I understand that. I just think when it comes to saying I love you and really delving into those more deep emotions when it comes to a relationship, I think it's a little soon. So my advice would be, just be cautious. I don't want to tell you like, oh, cut him off, he's crazy, he's love bombing you, he's gonna manipulate you. I don't want to say that. I don't know enough yet to say that, so keep me updated. I would just say, it sounds like you're enjoying the time that you guys are spending together. I think that's great. If you are happy and you're feeling, your intuition isn't telling you to run for the hills and he's treating you well, I think you should feel it out and enjoy your time together. Don't put too much pressure on it. You guys don't have to, become a couple. You guys don't have to get married. Like, just enjoy the moment for what it is, but be cautious. Because again, I do think him professing his love after such a short time is a little bit of a red flag. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. So just be cautious. Just be cautious of that. That's all I would say. But other than that, enjoy the situation, enjoy being cared for and, loved on, and keep me updated. Because girl, I need to know. I need to know what happens. So keep me updated and send me some more voice memos once you have some updates. So that concludes episode 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to DM me either on Instagram or TikTok if you have any questions, if you need advice on something, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about. All advice is always anonymous, so keep that in mind. Please like this video if you like this video and subscribe, and I will see you next Sunday. Until next time, cheers.